This program is brought to you by generous donations from the community and sponsored by Stiefel Financial.
Good evening, Nevada County. I'm Keith Overby, your host for tonight's edition of Nevada County Now. Children are our most precious and vulnerable members of society. They are deserving of our love, care, and protection. We must ensure their safety and well-being and create an environment where they can grow, learn, and thrive. This next topic is always a hard one to talk about, and we would like to thank all of our law enforcement officers as well as the brave individuals, including the children who helped bring these people to justice. Now, throughout the holiday season, detectives of the Nevada County Sheriff's Office worked behind the scenes to target suspected child predators in a large-scale sex crime sweep. Partners included the Sacramento Valley High-Tech Crimes Task Force, an agency instrumental in providing investigative support and computer forensic analysis, as well as the Placer County Sheriff's Office for one investigation that led to a partnership arrest in their county. Thus far, 5 individuals have been arrested for varying offenses against children. Matthew Augie Christian Augustine, age 50, of Penn Valley, was arrested on November 27th for possession of child pornography, using a minor for obscene matter, covert videotaping, and annoying or molesting a child. On December 4th, detectives added a new arrest charge of lewd acts with a child under the age of 14 by force, fear, or duress. By mid-December, 15 additional charges have been added, including 5 counts of lewd acts with a child under 14, 10 additional counts of using a minor for obscene manner, and for possession of over 600 child sexual abuse materials, actually. The investigation into Augustine remains active, with additional possible charges to follow. And as of this broadcast, he remains incarcerated at Wayne Brown Correctional Center with no bail. Also, Matthew Rodriguez Rivas, 20, of Grass Valley, was arrested on December 17th for possession of child pornography with a prior and for failure to report an address change as a registered sex offender. He was booked into Wayne Brown Correctional Facility. And on January 3rd, 2025, Nevada County Sheriff's Office patrol deputies tracked down Joshua Christopher Kelly, 50, of Smartsville, at a business in Grass Valley for being out of compliance with his Penal Code Section 290 registration. He was arrested for his failure to update his annual registration and for failure to register as a sex offender with a prior. Based on his known criminal history, deputies sought and received a bail enhancement, which raised the bail from $10,000 to $100,000. He was also booked into the Wayne Brown Correctional Facility. And on January 11th, 2025, Nevada County Sheriff's Office patrol deputies tracked down Joshua Aaron Sutton, 36, of Nevada City, at a private residence in Nevada City for being out of compliance with his PC 290 registration. He was arrested for failure to update his annual registration and for failure to register as a sex offender with a prior. He also was booked into the Wayne Brown Correctional Center. Through an undercover operation initiated by Nevada County Sheriff's Office detectives and the Sacramento Valley High-Tech Crime Task Force that grew into a multi-agency operation with the Placer County Sheriff's Office, Robert Nathan Ellsworth, age 50, of Roseville, was intercepted by deputies and detectives of NCSO and Placer County Sheriff's Office in Auburn, California on December 9th, 2024, when he attempted to meet a minor for sex. He was ultimately arrested for 3 counts of lewd acts with a child under the age of 14 for arranging to meet with a minor and for going to the prearranged meeting. He was booked into the Placer County Jail in Auburn. Nevada County Sheriff's Office sex crime operations remain active with several open investigations. That's unfortunate. Now don't go away. We'll take a short sponsor break. We'll be right back.
Thank you to Stifel Financial, proudly helping individuals pursue financial goals, businesses and organizations raise and protect capital, and communities offer a higher quality of life. To learn more, visit www.stifel.com.
Welcome back, everybody. Now, on some better news, last week, 8 new firefighters started a 2-week fire academy for the Grass Valley and Nevada City Fire Department. The new hires were funded by the voter-approved Measure B, which is used to improve the staffing levels within the department. One hire will finish his field internship shortly as a paramedic. And as promised, approved measures are working to improve the level of fire protection to the city residents and surrounding areas. During this past week, the recruits worked on their basic skills like hose management, forcible entry, vehicle extraction, and EMS skills. That's the emergency medical services skills. They are currently finishing up their final week. Their first day on the engine was Sunday, January the 19th. The Measure E Oversight Committee plays a central role in the city's budgeting process and the allocation of Measure E funding. The Measure E Oversight Committee is made up of 5 citizens who have been appointed by each of the city council members. Measure E is a citywide special sales tax of 1% to support police, fire, park improvements, recreation services, and street and sidewalk improvements. The spending of Measure E funds is approved by this Oversight Committee and then approved by the City Council. All meetings and budget details are available to the public. And part of fire preparedness is knowing your zone. Knowing it can save crucial time during a disaster. And during a wildfire or an emergency, law enforcement and fire agencies issue evacuation warnings or orders for impacted areas for a specific zone. It's easy to find your evacuation zone. Go to protectgenesis.com, enter your address into the search bar, and find your zone in the pop-up window and write it down. Remember also to know the zone of your work, kids' schools, and family members' homes. We're all in this together. And at a recent Nevada City Council meeting, a handful of changes to the Broad Street Y project were approved 5-0. These included curb extensions, also known as bulb outs, which are designed to calm traffic at intersections. Also at the meeting, Police Chief Foss gave a presentation illustrating several parking spaces that are to be eliminated next to crosswalks to comply with the sidewalk daylighting law known as AB 314. This law strives to enhance pedestrian safety by removing visibility obstacles at crosswalks and requires a 20-foot visibility zone on the approach to a crosswalk. There was discussion about the parking improvements installed and planned as suggested by the recent parking study. The pilot project for new meters on Broad Street will be evaluated for efficiency at a future meeting before replacing all the old meters. And the Spring Street parking lot, is still on the list for improvements, with an expansion and/or a parking structure as possible considerations. Plans for water infrastructure include upgrading the metering technology, storing more treated water, and replacing agency infrastructure before failure. The condition of the hydrant system was discussed. City Engineer McAllister mentioned testing it via a computer modeling format. Mayor Peterson felt this was inadequate and requested on-the-ground testing to determine each hydrant's functional ability. The Nevada City Council meetings can be attended in person or viewed live or after the fact. And visit the city's website at nevadacityca.gov for details. All right, folks, thank you for watching this edition of Nevada County Now. If you would like to help contribute an idea or write stories, appear on a show, or even become a host, please check out the details on our website at nevadacountymedia.org/ncn. This program's local news and information brought to you by local residents. And remember, stay safe, take care of each other, and get out there and explore all this community has to offer. Thank you. Good night now.